Happy today, listeners. You're sitting there. I hope you're having a wonderfully lovely day. We are coming in and closing in on the holiday season, and sitting with me, joining me as per usual, is my co-host, Mr. William Henderson.
Hey, how are you? In the lockdown.
Hi.
Locking down, baby.
We're
going back in.
Does it count?
Going back in.
Today's day one of lockdown.
Oh,
I guess,
yeah,
right?
it is. Well, no, it's a soft lockdown.
I guess. Yeah, what is it?
I don't understand it either.
This seems like a power play.
It's like don't be out and about between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. unless it's work.
Yeah, unless you're an essential service.
But does that mean you can still have like Thanksgiving dinner with your family? You just have to be home by 10, or are you not? You can't do that either, and also you can't go out after 10.
Guidelines are supposed to be saying that you're not, like, I think they're limiting gatherings to like 6 people or some shit. So it's like it's not an either or. It's somehow you have to try and abide by both. But
I mean, that's fine for me because I don't have family.
Yeah.
But I understand for other people, it's a bigger deal. Can I get some bass in my voice, dude?
No, absolutely not.
I feel like I sound like a bitch. And I'm far more manly than this. You know what I mean? Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's all the way up. I'm trying to give you that.
Coming at you from 102.9 SEXY. All right. Anyway,
SEXY. Hits for now, later, and your mama.
That's the drop.
What a shitty drop.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I just came up with it.
Oh, it should have been like a man grunt. Yeah. Like, you just nutted. Like,
oh, that's not. Yeah.
Hi. Hiya. What if it was like a ki? Like everyone had their own specific like sound. It's not a grunt.
It's like a fingerprint.
Yeah. Some people's like woohoo. It's like Super Mario. Wah!
I'm sure everybody's slightly different. No two people.
No, everyone's the same. Everyone that I've heard.
They're like snowflakes. Everybody's cum sound is different.
Some people fart.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fart smells can be the same though, for sure.
No, I have a very unique brand.
Yeah, so do I, but mine are the same. It depends on what I eat, but if
mine are not the same.
If I have two different farts like a few minutes apart from each other, they usually smell the same.
Really?
Yeah.
No, every fart for me is an audiobook.
I can.
You just get a full experience, bro, of my day. If I fart at 11, you know what I did for the last 4 hours.
I can tell how it's gonna smell just based on how it feels coming out.
You have I don't.
Heat, force, sound.
For me though, it's not a for sure thing when I fart.
It's not always gonna smell.
Well, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a fart or a shit. Like it all for me kind of feels the same.
Come on, dude.
So I have to let it out slow. Like I have to see if the hose is gonna leak a little bit as I turn it on, and if it does, we halt all procedures and go to the bathroom. I've lived long enough. I know my body where I can guess. I would say I'm 95% accurate though. So 5% of the time I go, I'll be right back.
Dude, I don't think I've ever genuinely done that. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, that's not going to be a fart, but I don't have to go shit right now.
I don't know how you live your life. 'Cause For me, it's always an event.
You don't have like those farts where you just like you feel it and you push as hard as you can just to make it as loud and as long as possible.
No, because
What?
there's an element of danger, bro.
Yeah, but
you're just exercising your white privilege over here.
oh my god.
No, I'm scared. Because, like, I'll take 3-minute shits. Like, it's real quick. Like, ass to stand, it's probably like 3:03. So there's
That's
a lot
pretty
of
quick.
there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of
It's built up.
yeah.
You hold your farts in. You're like a girl. That's
I-
probably what girls' problem is. They're just afraid of shitting themselves all the time. That's why they don't fart.
If I hold my farts in, I don't know when because I fart a lot, dude, like all day. So it just happens. I'm a gassy person.
Yeah.
I'm like my dad. My dad's a gassy person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the food y'all eat.
Probably. Well, I mean, I guarantee, though, he and I eat completely different foods now. Because he's a jungle baby, and he likes to suck the eyeballs out of the fish and shit.
Yeah, but you eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of protein.
A lot of protein and a lot of carbs, the American diet.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean,
That makes sense.
what's your
then.
carb of choice?
Bread?
Bread?
Yeah, bread or
Just-
potatoes.
Just good old-fashioned white bread? Or you
Yeah,
like a
dude.
specific, like, type of bread?
What do you mean?
I don't know. That King's Hawaiian roll is pretty fucking
I
good.
mean, that's good. Yeah, I'll eat that.
I'll eat that.
I'll eat most bread.
Most bread.
Biscuit is good.
Biscuit.
Yeah, I like a biscuit.
I immediately
like 'em-
thought of like a biscotti.
I like a McGriddle.
I don't want to hear what you would have sex with. I just want to know what kind of carbohydrate you like.
Dude, at McDonald's they got that chicken McGriddle right now and the chicken biscuit. You can get them together for like $3, $4. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just get them both and then put them together. I'm kidding.
At
Just
the
eat 'em.
place I work, they have a chicken and waffle BLT.
Oh fuck!
Right?
Yeah.
And they have this maple bourbon sauce that is.
Oh.
Dude, it's so good.
When do you work next?
I'm all the time. Today,
I'm gonna. I fucking want to go.
it's pretty good. So I saw. Do you remember hearing about HBO doing like The Last of Us?
Yes.
So that's apparently like the balls has started rolling. There's people talking about a season 2 already, just in terms of a hype. But it begged the question to me, what video game, because we talk about this all the time, and I feel like our answer changes every time. What video game do you think would make a great show?
Mine doesn't change.
What is it?
Grand Theft Auto.
What other game? I guess I was thinking more obscure games from like early childhood, maybe even a fucking Nintendo game or something.
I don't remember my childhood.
You don't. Too much head trauma. A lot
Yeah,
of baseballs. A lot of baseballs to the brain.
Football. And drugs. God damn. I'm trying to think of games I've played. Oh, but you're thinking like old games. Name some shit that we used to play as kids.
Let's see. So Robotron. There's.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, we can start at the beginning too. Asteroids. Fucking.
You can't do an
Space
Asteroids
Invaders.
movie.
It would be dope if we could do a Space Invaders movie though. Like style it like Battle LA, where you just follow like a group of soldiers or something, and the Space Invaders are coming down. Maybe they accidentally dropped 4 rifles that can one-shot a bunch of their planes, so you're now shooting up into the sky trying to not shoot your
we
guys.
still use the 8-bit fucking Space Invader. Beep beep boop boop boop.
That would be
as they're
dope.
coming down.
That would
and
be
they're
dope.
Like, what the fuck? Like, we should play it off as like a parody horror movie.
No, we should make it a real movie.
No.
I feel
that's
like
not the way to go.
parody horror movies are just an out to make shitty movies.
Yeah. That's what we would be good at.
No, we're going to treat our movie career like you treat your phone. We're going to do it good. We're going to do it right. We're going to treat it right.
You put a case on your phone.
Yeah, but look, it's black and gold. Look how dope that looks.
It does look dope, but look at my naked ass phone. You know what I mean?
For now,
Ooh.
your naked ass
Ooh.
phone
Look,
gives
you
you
can-
smooth hands. It tells me you don't go outside.
You can see its holes and everything.
You don't have to spit in it or blow it.
You can see the bare ridges.
Do you have Tinder on that phone? Because the way you're holding that phone, I think you should.
No, I wish I did.
No, you don't.
No, don't.
No, it's a
cesspool.
gigantic waste of time. And I did comedy for 6 people the other day, and Tinder is the gigantic waste of time.
Yep.
Fuck. I always, like, when I was single, I would download it, and I'd be on it for maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm over it. This is not what I need. I'll just continue on with my life.
And you're like, this is not working.
I am ugly, clearly.
Yeah, this isn't for me. Because I don't want to bang other ugly people.
What else? Oh, Tiny Tank. Do you remember playing Tiny Tank on PlayStation?
Never heard of it.
Oh my god! You play like this fucking upgradable, adorable tank, and so he's one lone tank fighting the enemy, and then you find upgrades and becomes a bigger tank. You get a bigger cannon, and it builds on itself like those old school shooting arcade games where you'd shoot waves of things, and then they drop a power up, and now you get double shot, and then now you get a shield. It was a tank version of that game in 3 dimensions on the PlayStation. And it was fucking hilarious. Do you remember the show BattleBots?
Yes.
And then they made like Target brand battle robots, like they called them Mephisto, and there was a few of them.
Not like Rock'em Sock'em.
Not like Rock'em Sock'em, like remote controlled robots that you'd fight. This game came out during that time. Tiny Tank. I think it's called Tiny Tank.
I have no idea.
It was one of those like shitty. I shouldn't say shitty because it was great, but it was very quirky dialogue.
But here's the thing: is like
Gearbox.
Old games didn't have good stories or good dialogue to like build anything off of. It was just like, we're just making a game.
Well, I think that's why older games would make a cool series, because now you can give it a narrative.
But then it turns into like the Street Fighter movie.
You have to just give it a good narrative. There's good stories to be told, and they made a Mega Man cartoon.
But if it's not the video game, why wouldn't you just make it a movie without that theme? If it's good enough.
Because I want a series, and that's the question. What old video game would you want to make into a series? You know what? Here's my answer. Kirby.
Kirby could work.
Kirby would be great, I think, because you can play it dumb but very smart. He can like maybe grab an enemy, pop an enemy, and then it's like, oh, hey, now I feel like a bad person. Like, how do I deal with this emotional trauma of the 90 murders I committed this morning, as a thug? And now it's an emotional adventure. Like, I have to wait for this to pass. But now he's got to fight some other guy, and that's like his only move. And now he's like, hey, yo, I'm having a really rough day, and this is my first day.
You're changing my mind on this, whether I think this would work. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Old games aren't that good. So it's hard to be like, I don't know. Like, you should start Grand Theft Auto with Grand Theft Auto 3, because nobody played anything before that. And then just do all of them.
I think that's why you should start at Grand Theft Auto 1.
I disagree.
Like, you can take elements of, you can do it like Marvel does it with their big movies. It's not one book that they draw from. It's usually multiple arcs of books.
All right, that's fair. Then someone's going to have to sit down and figure out the narrative of that goddamn game. But what's weird about those games is there's no like recurring characters. But I guess that could work each season. Yeah. It's like the same universe, but different.
Okay, now go the other way. What series do you want to turn into a game?
Holy shit, dude. House of Cards.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
it would end on Epstein Island, bro. Einstein Island, they'd call it, or some stupid shit.
Have you seen that Kingdom show? That zombie movie? That one would be cool.
That would be dope.
Right?
Ooh, you know what? A Train to Busan video game would be fun.
Yeah.
A VR experience, like Train to Busan.
Those games seem like, an experience. Yeah, that. But like, they have an ending. When you have a movie to make into a video game, it's like, all right, it's good, but it ends somewhere, unless you're gonna change the whole narrative of the game. You know what I mean? But if you're doing like a playthrough of the game, that's kind of boring. And it's going to end quickly because the movie's quick. You know, you can add some extra missions and shit, but if you're doing a train, like there's not a whole lot extra shit you can do. You know what I mean?
It could be a really long train.
It could be a really fucking long train.
It's not Train to Busan. It's Train to North Korea.
Yeah. However, I think this Hogwarts Legacy game that they're doing, I think they're going to do this right. I actually got a Game Informer with a preview of it that if you talk, I will bring up.
I feel like they have to. I was just thinking, how's J.K. Rowling going to disconnect from that? Because even Warner Brothers, like, fuck, we made a whole world based on this. We made it in our park, and now we kind of have to lie in the bed we made. We have so many issues with, like, from fucking Johnny Depp leaving Fantastic Beasts to J.K. Rowling be legit transphobic. Like, it seems like a tainted property, and I hope this game doesn't miss, because I feel like it's under a microscope, or it's gonna be at least when it comes out.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either, but mainstream people do. I don't know.
Do they?
I guess.
Do they?
I guess. When during a lockdown they care. There's nothing else to do.
Nobody in the Midwest knows that J.K. Rowling has a problem with trans people.
Well, that's because nobody in the Midwest can read.
Knows what a trans person is, because there are none there.
Are you talking about a Trans Am? Got a 1983 Firebird.
Yeah, I just got a new tranny in my Ford too. That's what they say. Like, a tranny is not a person out there. It's an auto part.
And then you have transphobic people going, yeah, no, a tranny's not a person. I agree. Tranny's not a person. It's got cylinders. It's got moving parts.
I don't even know what is a transmission. I'm guessing is what they're. I don't even know what that does.
Yeah.
So
it's your transmission.
I don't know what that does. That's what changes gears, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know something.
Sort of, yeah. It changes the motion of all the. It's one of the parts where it goes from rotating energy to cyclical energy.
Whoa, dude, you just blew my mind a little bit.
I learned it in my physics class. I was like, I never thought about an internal combustion engine like that. But what you are doing is manipulating almost every form of energy to move a car. Compression, explosion, and then that'll fucking do it. It's so crazy. How do people come up with shit like that? I'm over here talking about video games, and 100 years ago, they're like, I wonder if we can make an explosion in this pipe and use it to move that carriage.
Right.
Fuck. I wish I was smarter. That's all. What about Harry Potter?
Okay, so it's going to come out in 2021 for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's a one-player...
So everything.
Yeah, one-player action / role-playing. That kind of sucks. I was hoping it was going to be like an MMO. An open-world action RPG.
Maybe it is, and you can team up.
Oh, you can have a group. It's like Diablo.
Yeah, maybe
that would be cool.
But then why would they call it a single player? It has to. I don't see it not being online at this point.
Right. Maybe that could be something you add in. That's kind of what Red Dead did, right? They were at beta from the start. I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe sell it as single player and be like, it'll give us a minute.
At least the ability, like a Diablo. Actually, that would be great. A Diablo-like Harry Potter stuff. Like, if you could just play it single player, and if you bring more people in, it scales to the people and the level. I don't know how they're gonna do levels, but yeah. But it's gonna go. I mean, we've talked about it before. It's gonna be set in the 1800s.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's fun. That's cool. Long before anything Voldemort, anything that we know about.
What I like about that idea is what I liked about the Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 kind of thing. Yeah. Where it's like we see where the wizarding world goes, come into contemporary times and the tumultuous events, but they always talk about a greater time pass where magic was more prevalent, more everything less restricted because of muggles and things like that. And it always sounds so amazing and glorified, and we're finally going to get to see it.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to be because we don't know when exactly that happened. That like war. I don't know if there was like a war or like when they decided to part from the Muggles.
Between the Muggles and
yeah. But I wonder if like we could hear about it, not in like a direct way, but in like we're students at the school while that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
That would be a cool series of like a frontline battle, maybe anthology between Muggles and wizards.
I mean, there's no way wizards don't fuck us up. To be honest, like,
well, I would say
Lucius Malfoy has a point.
But I would say that especially the way they speak of like older magical times, that they're more traditional. You know, we bow, we look at each other in the eye, we take 10 paces. That's how we do things because of the chaos of magic. You know, it helps them feel like there's a structure in their life, and it seems to be heavily traditionally based in terms of not just actions but the way they think. So they maybe don't think as quick and mechanically as Muggles do. The way I would imagine it,
because they don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like think about it the way the Redcoats were doing war, and then the way the militia decided, no, that's not how we're doing it. So like you have wizards showing up into a battlefield lined up, ready to do battle the regular way, and then you have Muggles hiding in the fucking bush going, psych, motherfucker, brat! And then they're like, oh, we don't know how to deal with this. Like, we don't know where they're from. They know the grounds better. They make us come to them. Kind of.
But don't you think they'll just be like, here's a shield?
Maybe.
What the fuck just happened?
A wizard is mad at us.
Apparently, dude. God damn.
That's crazy. I don't know what fell. Ooh, and the witches thing fell? That's fucking spooky, dude.
Expert spellcasters only. Where was it?
Was it up there? On the other side of the wall by the yeah.
Whoa, dude. You need to fucking watch your tone.
Scared. But they're getting mad too because they're like, stop telling our secrets. But I think that would be a cool series where you jump
you're right.
back and forth. You start maybe on the magician side. On the magic side, something a little familiar. Maybe you follow a Hufflepuff because who fucking cares?
Right.
The Hufflepuff is the red shirt of Hogwarts, okay? So if you're a Hufflepuff, whatever.
Yeah, dude. Nobody gives a fuck. There's not even a relevant Hufflepuff in the series. I mean, Cedric is the best Hufflepuff, and he dies. We don't even get him for a whole movie.
That's true. And Newt Scamander is a Hufflepuff in Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, really?
But
that's because they had no notoriety during the first movies.
Yeah. The Hufflepuff are the black people in Hollywood. Like, I just want one.
Even Ravenclaw had Luna.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Luna's a weirdo. I'm strangely attracted to Luna.
I know, right? Great character, though. Yeah.
She does a fantastic job. So, yeah, that's, I guess, my follow-up answer to that question. I think that would be a great fucking...
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for this game, dude. I'm definitely going to buy it, obviously. I hope it comes out early 2021 and not like Christmas. That would suck. That'd be
but it'll look dope the later it comes out.
True, and by then, you never know, we might have a PS5.
And by then, maybe there's VR fucking Move with the Harry Potter game. Maybe that's why it's a single player, because they're like, yo, this is also Move compatible. Are you ready for this shit? It's like, no, I'm not ready.
Dude, I that would be dope. So I'm gonna keep your VR.
That's fine
for a while.
That's fine, dude. It was making a mess back there. That's why I boxed it up. I was like, I'm not using it right now.
Right.
And if we have a party after COVID, bring it over and we can all play. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally fine. We'll take some shots. We'll play Resident Evil.
No, dude, I'm not. I don't.
Come on, dude. Lean into your fear, bro.
No, that's not what I want to do.
Yes. Just live a little. Go from room to room. Pick an objective. Stick to it. Come on. I need to know that in the zombie apocalypse, I can rely on you, William Henderson. And right now, you don't feel very reliable.
What do you mean?
I need you on my team because you're letting an ex-girlfriend with a broken glass shiv scare you from playing Resident Evil.
That sounds horrifying. So yeah.
It was. Yeah, but now you know what's coming.
I don't want to do that.
But you can get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you I was using your VR on there's YouTube, which is weird. You have to launch a different thing on the PlayStation. That's
yeah, I
beside the
just
point.
assume I don't understand how VR works every
Yeah.
time I have to do that. It's like, I guess this is what you have to do.
I don't know, but it's not like it's a complication, but it's weird. Anyway,
It's an extra step sometimes. Yeah.
so I was watching a 360 video of not even real like ocean animals. But, like there was a giant squid. It was like clearly computer animated, and then like these whales swam by, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. And then after they went away, I was just in the water, and then I could see something like swimming toward me, and I was like, nope, and I backed out. I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not here to get scared. I'm just here to experience something. And then I went to do a space one, and it started you like over the earth, and then it just like shot you out.
Cool.
Yeah. But it was also like kind of fake, and after a while the quality got poor. It was like, I don't know, it was weird. Once you got away from the earth and you were just going past like stars and galaxies, it was like, okay. Like I get it.
Yeah.
So
stars, galaxies. All right, now black nothingness. This is
so I don't know.
What is
It's so
space,
cool.
bro?
What is space,
What
bro?
is space, bro?
I don't know, but all I can say is I did not run into any dark energy or dark matter. So
Oh.
I don't
Well, it's
think
because dark matter is not real.
I don't think it exists.
Well,
It's a conspiracy because this is scientists like excuse for not being able to figure it the fuck out.
actually, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Dark matter is code for
We
I don't know.
Fucking know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the universe is dark matter. What do you mean? I don't know.
Explain. Explain. We can't.
Well, there's a bunch of this, which means there should be a bunch of other stuff.
I love it. I love their fucking deductions.
Right? It's like once you get a doctorate, you can make shit up.
But they are super smart.
Yeah. But
So-
apparently not smart enough.
Apparently, dude, not smart enough for God.
No.
You know?
So stop and focus on making cooler VR.
Yeah. Yeah, let's send all those people to work on VR.
If you got 10 of those extra geniuses to work on VR, we would have like fucking travel booths where you can put on a VR and go on Google Earth and walk around the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
That would be
essentially what
cool.
they're doing in The Void, which is
Yeah.
VR now, which is dope. Fucking dope. I think it would be
really
cool.
got to do that, but shit's got to reopen.
I
dude.
know. I think it would be cool though if they had like a travel experience. Like, hey man, you can walk on this portion of the Great Wall of China and just have fucking, stone bridges and maybe pump 4DX smell into it. It's like, oh, it also smells like China too.
This is a fucking Disney ride.
It would be dope. I would pay
Yeah.
for that shit, dude. More walking, less riding. Well, I don't know. It would be cool if you could like walk through Tatooine and then get into a pod racer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They could totally pull that off.
yeah. Now that I've given them the idea, of course.
But I just mean like as far as like them having like a vehicle or like something for you to get in.
Yeah.
When you get to the pod racer, like they could pull that off.
Yeah.
It's
And
on
then-
a track and they have it timed.
Well, you would think it would be on a track, but it turns out when they the lights on, there's 4 workers just shaking it. They're like, we're not there yet. Hang on. Sorry.
They're just on their backs under it. It's on their feet and they're just going up and
Yeah,
down.
they're in like solid black bodysuits.
just 4 ripped black dudes just fucking.
Yeah, that's why the experience is so real.
So funny.
Feels visceral.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited about the Harry Potter game. I like that it's made by Portkey.
Yeah,
They made the fucking the mobile game.
I wonder if that's just a license thing at this point. They're like, we own all of it right now.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want a game,
But it is WB, I think. Portkey Games, Warner Brothers Games. So same people that made Shadow of War.
yeah,
So that's good. They do well at making like adaptations. Like they did a good job with Batman.
Yeah.
And that was like really well done to where it's like, I know this, but it's different than what I know. And that's exactly what they did with Shadow of War. It's like, okay, I know like this world. I know the orc like design and I know like the ranger, like what he kind of is capable of, but
Yeah.
it's a little twist.
yeah.
And I appreciate
I like
that.
I like the experience in that where you're like, oh, no wonder Aragorn was dope. Like,
right.
just fucking shit up.
You know what changed my experience in that game is when I found out after I go up something, if I hit X, it'll like poof, boost you up.
Yeah, that fucking Spider-Man jump over shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this changes everything.
Yeah.
This changes how I move. Like, this is great. Now I can like attack someone and then run away.
Yep.
I was like, oh, I didn't know that was supposed to be a tactic.
Yeah, just fucking, I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah.
Or to get to the guys that are setting off alarms, which, by the way, orcs, bunch of snitches, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Every single one of them.
I didn't think they'd have alarms. I was like, God damn. And also, how good can your alarm system be at that point?
It's not if I can stop, look for you, see you, pull my elf shot, headshot. So there's a few mechanics in the game that you can't think about too much. It ruins the immersion. But I agree that WB, I think they do a good job in general with like their properties of like, you want to try something different? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I feel like they used to get a lot of heat because Marvel was killing it with the movies and then they have dud after dud with all their movies. But like in large perspective of things, like they have WB owns, DC properties. So like the Green Arrow, the Flash, Riverdale on CW, like those are all adaptations and they kill it in terms of ratings on the CW. And
those would make good games. A Green Lantern game would be good. Yeah. A fucking Flash game would be cool.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The Flash, the problem with the Flash is the problem with Superman. That's why there's no good Superman games. Is that Superman's powers is that he's God, like he's unkillable.
I think there could be a good Superman game.
I agree, but you will have to depower your Superman, and then it becomes kind of a different game.
You just have fucking somebody invade a city, and they have all their minions ground level, and they shoot kryptonite bullets. Fuck it, dude. They've planned it.
Well, that's how Batman kills Superman.
But that's honestly what makes the Superman movies shitty, is that it has to be like an alien that's even gonna like fuck with him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you said, he's not gonna die.
Well, I mean,
so there's no kryptonite involved.
You can also somehow, like if I were Lex Luthor, I would engineer a solar eclipse of sorts that lasts for like a week because Superman's powers come from the yellow sun on the Earth, so that Krypton has red suns. So the way his body metabolizes the yellow sun radiation is actually what charges his powers.
I did not know that.
Really?
No.
I'm a fucking nerd.
Yep, you are.
So that if you just take the energy source away, you don't necessarily need Krypton. You don't need kryptonite. You don't need it to be an alien. You can keep the whole thing here on Earth, and it makes Superman more accessible, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of now you have Smallville. Like, oh, what's Clark Kent gonna do now?
Yeah.
Put his glasses on and complain.
Be a fucking writer.
Yeah.
What a douchebag.
But like the Flash game, I don't know, how do you got to slow down the Flash, and then you're just playing Grand Theft Auto.
No, not all the time.
But he's faster than everything. If you stick to the lore, he not only moves faster, but he thinks faster. So much so that at a certain point when he realized he could think faster, he thought he was going crazy because his brain was going down full scenarios of like, this could happen, and he couldn't control it. So he thought there were voices in his head. And he was like, oh no, what's going on is I am a god. His brain was traveling in time. He stayed in the present.
I still think you could do it.
Talk me into it then. I don't know. I'm very weary on those. Green Lantern's dope though, because Green Lantern, I like the idea of a willpower controlled, like, all you got to do is break this guy. You don't really have to beat him. You just have to break his spirit. Because then there's going to be one Green Lantern where it's like, I could do this all day.
Right.
What
would you spirit checks? Roll a die.
What would your constructs be? Because every Green Lantern has a specific like personality, which leans to his constructs. Like, there's one Green Lantern who's kind of he's more of the 60s Green Lantern, so he'll make like boxing gloves and very animated like things. And then there's like John Stewart, who was in the military. He'll make like machine guns and planes and ships with his. And then other guys would just make like a sword or an armor. But so what do you think your constructs would do? What do you think would look cool? when you fight your battle, basically.
Dude, I have a fucking VR headset on and like 2 guns that look like duck hunt guns.
So you'd be a
And
gamer
then,
Green Lantern?
Yeah, and then like a laser tag vest that's for armor. You know what I mean? That
That
has
would
like
be
the
dope.
targets.
That would be super dope.
Thank
dude.
you. Thank you.
Then it was like modular to your so it wasn't something, you know, you'd have your, oh, I'm on the ground, here's my fucking double gun outfit, and then now you have to fucking jetpack away so it turns into a jetpack. You know, like it changes depending on context.
And when I'm flying, it turns into like a Buzz Lightyear outfit.
That's a dope Green Lantern, a pop
Thanks.
culture Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And then you hit it to infinity and
Yeah,
beyond.
and I have wings that come out and they blink like a plane.
Now you need a Woody guy that goes, that's not flying, that's falling with style.
Falling with style.
Who's a good Green Lantern backup? You could have the Flash just be an asshole the whole time, hating
Wait,
on you.
I mean a sidekick?
Yeah. It's always better. The Green Lantern is I mean, it lends itself well to a buddy cop like Bad Boys
Bad
kind of
boys,
narrative.
bad boys. I don't want to be the Flash or with the Flash.
Yeah, that's the best part. You don't want to work with him. You don't like your partner.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Okay, yeah.
Have you not seen a buddy cop
Sorry,
movie?
dude.
Nah, dude, my partner just died. I don't trust nobody, you know?
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
National Security. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Great movie.
We should watch it.
Should we?
I don't know. That and Black
Martin
Knight.
Lawrence. Yeah. Good old Martin Lawrence.
What's your
What?
What's your best Martin Lawrence movie? What's your best favorite? I can't talk.
I mean, I've seen National Security probably more than any other of his movies. Black Knight was funny. He was great in Bad Boys, obviously. I don't know. I don't have a...
Big Mama's House.
You're so ridiculous. I forgot about that.
That's a great one.
It's that was before like people were doing that on the reg.
I was still after Nutty Professor.
Really?
though. Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yep.
So
Yep.
I remember when they were making Nutty Professor, I was watching it like, I don't know how they do
It's
this.
so funny.
How do you?
That was so funny back then, man.
Yeah. But very well done, and like because the cast all interacts with each other. They hand each other things, like
Yeah.
they feed each other, they fix each other's clothes. I'm like, what is going on?
How are you doing?
My
this?
6-year-old brain cannot handle this.
Yeah. How did they do it?
I mean, I get it now. They just it's layering. It's like when in Photoshop,
Yeah.
it's just another layer that they put that part onto. I understand, but to think about doing that in the 90s, you know, like when Michael Jackson did that with his doesn't matter if you're black or white fucking video where everyone's changing, like they had to physically go in and cut film and paste it together. Like, and Michael's like, yeah, I'll just pay for it.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
I got it. I got a black Amex card. I'm not black. My credit's great.
I used to be, but I'm not.
His credits had to have been great. He like bought a fucking amusement park.
Credit?
Yeah.
He doesn't have
You're
credit.
Michael
He has
Jackson.
money. What are you talking about? You don't need credit.
Meh.
He pays for all of it in fucking Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Usually it only costs one.
That'd be so funny. He just comes in with bags full of Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Like, this should get you all the Nerf guns at Chuck E. Cheese.
If that would be the scene if fucking Michael Jackson went to Diagon Alley or he had to go deposit something at Gringotts, the fucking goblin's like, what are you depositing? And he's like, money. Just drags his coins. All they hear is coins. They're like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking save money. Brings him out. Chuck E. Cheese smells like pizza. There's cheese on the goddamn things.
Do you think you could count this for me?
Vault 354.
Okay, thank you. Are you gonna send someone to count this?
You're so cute. You look like a little boy. Don't touch me there.
Do you want to come to my vault?
Do you want to lick my vault? What?
Should we ask your parents? I'll buy them a car.
Oh, I'm in. Yeah, go.
Go ahead.
Dude. What are you buying? You buying me what's?
We'll fly you first class.
I do really. Part of me really wants one of those trike, those 3-wheeled car thingies that are like popping up.
I have 4. Do you want one?
I want one
For
in
each
red.
day of the week.
No, I want one in bright red.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Is this red? This cup, solo red cup, is that red
That's
or
a
bright?
good red.
That's bright red?
That's a red, I would say.
Okay, what's bright red?
Bright red is brighter than that.
Because I feel like that rose is red.
I don't. Well,
this
I guess
seems like bright red.
your premise for me is false because I don't think bright red is a color. I think it's a description of a color.
Honestly, I think bright red is orange.
But orange is orange.
Right.
No. Because like to make
Well, what color is that rose?
that is also red. I mean,
These are clearly 2 different reds.
they're not that different.
I mean, I guess these are in the light.
And it's plastic in the way that it reflects.
I mean, I would definitely call it red for sure. But this is a brighter red than that.
Right. So now you're describing the red that you're in.
Right.
It's not a different color. It's not a Crayola box. Tickle me pink and
It is a different color.
Fuck me black. I don't know.
If it changes shade, that's a different color, dude.
but there's no label for
when
it.
you
then.
go on Microsoft Word, it's going to be FF07.
There's a code for it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not. It doesn't translate to bright red.
So it's different.
I'm not saying it's not different, but
They'll give you a percentage of how bright it is.
okay.
This is 86% bright red.
I want to look at like a color scale.
All right, we can move on.
I want to see how close to orange is because you have to get yellow in there too, right, dude?
Yellow's
all right.
on the other side, though.
Have you seen this fucking gay dude that's like guessing paint colors?
What?
Like he'll watch. He's a TikToker, I guess, and he's watching them drop colors on like in a hardware store to mix up custom paint. And he's trying to guess what it comes out as. So it'll be like, a stream of brown and then a stream of red, but then green. He's like, oh, I don't know what you're making. And like he has to guess. He's like, I think it's like a taupe or perhaps like a maroon. And so
Is he right?
He's right a lot. And I'm like, dude, you're really good at this.
I thought he was going to be like right like
He's wrong.
every time.
He's
and I was like,
wrong.
oh, he's autistic.
When he's wrong, he's totally off base. It's not even the right color. But when he's right, it's like he'll pick the color as the background.
I am annoyed by how much time you have to do shit
it's
like
great.
that. Like
It's
that,
fucking
I
great.
can't believe that consumes a part of your day.
Mhm.
That's amazing
Mhm.
that is a part of your life.
I like watching people succeed at something. I like watching them excel. And
guessing paint color. What,
it's
dude,
not
that's something you do in 3rd grade.
But he's not guessing it. He's too accurate to the point. Like he has to be like a hairstylist.
Where is he just like?
It is
where is he going
I don't know.
to see these?
They're just videos of people making paint.
Why wouldn't he just watch them beforehand and then?
Because that's not as fun, dude.
Yeah, but then he would pretend like he's right all the time.
But that's fake as fuck.
Yeah, but then you get more
that's
views
not
because
as
that's more
charming.
impressive.
No, it's not. It's not as charming. Seeing him get it wrong is more important, I would say, than him getting it right, because he's so good at it.
You're so annoying.
Because I like seeing people succeed. Because I like seeing people having an interesting endeavor. No one's ever done this before, and people have literally
No one's
been
ever.
watching
No,
paint.
someone has because they're making the video and they know what color it's gonna make. So someone has done that.
But he's guessing. He's doing live reactions.
Somebody did that before they combined those colors.
Just guessing without
Yeah.
the video. Are you mad that he's videoing his guessing?
No, I'm mad that you're acting like it's something that hasn't been done before.
It hasn't.
I mean, the video, yeah, but like the fact of like mixing colors and like guessing, I wonder what this is going to make, obviously has happened because they're doing it in the video.
Okay.
He's watching a video that was already made.
Then making his video.
He need not make that video.
It's visual media hip hop. That's all it is.
I hate this person. I don't know who it is, but I fucking hate him.
I think he's wonderful.
You
He's
have a
whole-hearted.
skewed.
He's
You have a
he likes what he
skewed
likes.
vision of
He
what
likes what he
wonderful
likes.
is. And that's fine, but
you're getting mad like I forced you to watch.
dude, if you made me watch it, I'd be so mad. I would be irate.
He's charming about it.
I'm just
That's
upset
what
that
it is.
that it's popular.
It's very popular.
That's upsetting to me.
It's impressive. That's why to see him guess it that way. You're like, dude, what do you do? I'm gonna be upset if we do down the line find out it's all fake, it's all fabricated, and he's mixing the paint and he's recording it and then he's reacting to it. At which point, then you're like, this is some Andy Kaufman bullshit, and
You're fucking with me.
then I'm more impressed. I think at that point, I'm like, oh shit, this is next level bullshit.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Dude, what do you think about fucking companies announcing when they're gonna stock PlayStation 5s?
Have they announced?
They've been announcing. They're like, we're gonna have it on this day by 3 p.m., et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea?
I think they should have had them from the get go, because I was on Marketplace last night and there are people selling PS5s for like $1,200. And it's just like, first of all, is somebody actually buying this? And second of all, that person's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, you had no intention of playing it, but you bought it up anyway. Like, that's fucked
right?
up.
There's clearly a market need and demand for it. Otherwise, those prices wouldn't matter. And
right.
I feel like Sony's hurting themselves by not having it from the get-go.
Yeah.
By not having that stock, because there's clearly
You're
someone
losing
that
money
wanted
right
to
now.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have made money, or maybe they're like, well, we made our money off of that already. Whatever, do what you want when you want.
I guess, but as a company, you're all about profits, so
That's
why
true.
would you be?
But I guess that also might void a like a warranty thing for them. You know, that's one less that's in warranty now, because you can't provide your proof of purchase because you bought it from some dude. Where it's so
That's
like
true.
if and when that first gen overheats and now you got to send in, you're like, well, now you just shit $1,200. Good for you, bro.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But again, it is still money that could have went to Sony.
Yeah, but if you're willing to spend $1,200 on a PS5, like we were talking about, I think before the podcast started, money doesn't mean much to you. And like, you'll spend another $1,200 for another one.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. So like after, because it came out on the 12th, and so everyone ran out of stock, and Walmart was the first one to announce after the 12th that on the 19th at 3 p.m. Eastern time they were going to have more. And on one hand, I get it, your shipment's on the way, but on the other hand, I feel like that's just giving scalpers with bots an opportunity to know, oh, I just got to wake up at 7, set my shit, and then I'll have 15 Xboxes, right? 15 PlayStations, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that doesn't help anybody to tell them, you know, I don't know if it was successful, if people still got PlayStations, but I would say a lot of those still went to people with just bots, and that was because you announced it at a very specific time. Like,
Right.
I don't know if I need to know that. Just say we'll have it this week or something.
Or like they're gonna have it in store, or they're gonna have digital purchases like online.
I would assume both. I assume as soon as it enters stock, it is available for purchase.
I hate shit like that where it's like you can put stuff on hold. Dude, I went to a GameStop on Thanksgiving one year to get my PS4, and I wanted like the bundle version, or like the cheap. I can't remember. They were doing 2 different deals. And they were like, oh, the only one I have left is on hold. And I was like, well, I'm fucking here right now, bro.
Yeah, do you want money?
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, how can you just put something on hold that's like a doorbuster, essentially? Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to me.
It's his. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, just don't say anything then, dude.
Yeah, just take it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me feel like Sony and everyone might be a little disconnected and a little too attached to how consoles have been coming out, I guess. Because I think it would make more sense to just Sony to kind of foot the cost of it and be like, all right, just buy it from us. Like, how much money are they making from retailers in general? Like, what is it being sold from Sony for that they're making so much money that that's still the route that they're deciding, which is not beneficial to a large amount of people?
I mean, the retailers must give them money for them to get the PlayStations, because they're selling at the same price as what Sony. It's not like when you buy it from Target, it's like $600.
Yeah. But I mean, direct from manufacturer, there has to be a markup, you know? That's why they're not doing it direct from Sony. Like, yes, Sony's going to say this is the suggested retail price, but that's not their wholesale price. That's not what they're going to give you if you buy 5,000.
Right, but they're going to make Target pay for like 3/5 of it, of all of them.
Maybe.
Of like that retail price. So like they'll each be $300 for Target.
But it's just...
And Sony gets the extra 2. Or I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know. I guess... Well, you can't make too many, too, because everyone that's anyone knows that this first gen is the stress test.
Right.
And you don't want to have 3,000 extra unstress test hardware.
Right.
So I guess it's I don't know. I don't have a solution. The fact that people can make 150% profit on something that is in the market, just not available, seems like a misstep. It's like you don't want that $600 to go straight to you. You want to just have other people, because I think it's going to cause issues. You know, it's just wrong.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I don't have a solution.
But I think like that once that second generation comes around, I mean, you're going to see a huge spike in sales. Obviously.
I hope so.
Because it's going to be better, and people are going to buy new ones that already had one. And they're like, oh, I want the new one because they have a bunch of money for some reason.
Yeah. And 3 DualSense controllers by then.
Right.
I'm so excited for that. I'm starting to see more marketing with the controllers like I wanted initially before it was coming out, but I think now that people can hold the controller and feel it, they can start talking about it more. But every time they're like, adaptive triggers, and I'm like, oh, stop talking dirty to me, you fucking asshole. Stop it.
It sounds so cool, man.
Yeah. I'm excited for the VR integration with those controllers because I can't imagine they're not that much cheaper than Move controllers. So that has to be, that's going to get integrated like Astrobot in a way.
Yeah.
They're going to make it cool. I did love the way that you could look down and see the controller.
Yeah, and even with the DualShock 4, it's like very accurate. I mean, it uses the eye camera to like do that, but yeah, I'm very impressed by it.
And you know that some fucking nerd they sat him down in a room for 3 hours, be like, all right, use this and figure out how we can make it better.
Yep.
And he did. He wrote down like 45 things. It was like, all right, adaptive triggers.
Dude, it'd be cool if they responded to how you fucking... Like with Astrobot, it's a very interesting game because it's very simple on its goal. Like you use like 2 buttons.
Yeah, you could play with arguably a light up Nintendo pad.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I don't see the need for like it in that game, but maybe they'll make use of it somehow.
I hope so. They're pushing for it too. I've seen like a lot of ads on, maybe it's just my algorithm, but a lot of ads on Twitter and Instagram and just being pushed out by Sony directly of just really highlighting the controller.
Yeah.
Probably because the console's gigantic.
But didn't they do that when the PS4 came out with the touchpad too?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I wasn't really clued in on PS4 release because it
was a long time ago.
Well, I was pretty checked out at that point. You know, I would play Call of Duty and stuff, but
yeah,
I wasn't like, oh, I need this. And then they were like, all right, Kingdom Hearts is definitely coming out for the PlayStation 4. I'm like, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stole basically $600 from me, if we're being honest. That's all I bought it for.
Right.
But now we have a podcast where we talk about them.
Yeah.
And then we talk about how it's going to be like a year of episodes going, man, I really wish I had a PlayStation 5.
Probably.
I'm going to buy an Xbox instead just to feed the need. So, no. I don't know when they're going to be back in stock. But apparently, if you guys are looking for them, they'll tell you. So look it up. A lot of people are reporting, though, that they are going to have Black Friday stock of PlayStations, which, duh. But
obviously,
what the fuck ever. I'm still on the fence though in terms of.
But like, how are you gonna go Black Friday shopping this year?
They're gonna start selling groceries out front. I don't know. Well, even now, I guess can't stores be open? Like you might be able to order online to go pick it up.
True. I mean, I'm sure like a Walmart and shit's gonna stay open.
Mm-hmm. Super Walmart. They're like, yeah, our groceries are right up front, man. You can buy bananas and a PlayStation 5. And we don't have to close till 10.
Right.
So
Be here at 5.
we'll get it at 4:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I didn't have it. I lost it.
What?
Nothing. What did you think about fucking Mordor, bro? Shadow of War, I guess. Because you're into it. We had this discussion previously.
The more I play, the more I appreciate like the system that they're kind of building. But I don't know. I got to a point with like defeating the captains where like 3 of them had ambushed me at one time, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I mean, I won, but it's still like, why did this happen? And it's like, I don't want to deal with this right now. So that's kind of annoying.
Yeah. The captains also aren't as necessary as the beginning of the game makes it seem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like, especially with zones, like the red zones.
Yeah.
There's a very specific captain that you have to beat.
Yeah.
And those guys don't necessarily change.
Right.
And then your missions are, again, less captain based and more location based. It's like I said earlier, it's unfortunate that the first maybe hour or 2 of the game, in hindsight, is a training mission for the rest of the game, because the rest of the game is so deep. Like, there is an online aspect to it. There is forts that you can take over, but you do have to beat different tiers of captains, and you have to take orcs you recruited to go take over the fort, and then you guys now populate the fort. Like, there's different things that connect you to a bigger world, especially online, because now once you own a fort, it can be attacked by online players. It's kind of like a mobile game in that sense, where they're never gonna.
What the fuck is going on?
They're never gonna take over your fort, but it's yours, and now you have to fortify it. You have to repair it. You have to. It becomes kind of a takeover thing, because your ranger is trying to build an army.
Interesting.
And in order to build the army, he has to reduce Sauron's influence, and to do that, you have to take over key forts.
Wow.
So
this seems very San Andreas, like taking over the hoods.
San Andreas or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is kind of the same idea, where you do get to recruit some orcs in the area. And, you know, if you, for example, the first one where they teach you how to recruit orcs, you go and you take all the archers, and then you tell them, all right, start killing. And they just off their entire like camp base, because they're now fighting for you. And then it teaches you that aspect of it. But that's still almost an hour into the game before you even start doing that.
Oh, I've played more than an hour.
But that's what I'm saying, at least an hour, because you're probably doing all the side missions, and you're finding captains and stuff, trying to take all the captain count down. But I would say that's a solid hour of straight. Like, what's
through
the
the
next?
story.
Yeah, what's the next exclamation point?
Also, I found out that you can just go to those fast travel points and just get them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, I guess I could have just tried that first.
Yeah. There's a lot of things they don't explain to you, though.
Yeah. But does it? I'm sure, like, in the first game, there was something similar. So they're like, all right, idiot, if you should have played the first game. But not a fair assumption.
Yeah. Maybe but this second, I feel like it's like a movie, though. You know, there should still be an intro of like, all right, if you're starting here, here's the basics.
Yeah.
Even like a small text pop, like, you can always fast travel to it. Like,
and there was kind of something like that. Like, you know, in the beginning, it's like, here's how you do a stealth attack.
Yeah.
But it's also weird how, like, the game starts weird. This one does, because it is a follow-up, where it's like, it was like the story so far, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. It definitely feels like a number 2 game, where you're like, there's almost too much to chew on right now. I'll figure it out as I go, I guess.
Right. And then,
who's this fucking spider bitch?
Yeah, what the fuck is this shit? And who's this ghost guy that I'm trying to save? Apparently, I didn't understand.
Why do we have a broken sword?
Yeah.
What are you?
What am I gonna do with this? Tell me. But like where it starts, you like in gameplay, it's just like in a cave. It's just a very like odd starting point for any game. I don't know. It was just weird.
Not even a waking up from a nap. You're just like, here you are now.
Yeah, it was just it was very abrupt.
Yeah.
Start.
And they should have accounted for that, I guess, because it's a great game.
Too many cutscenes.
I started skipping real quick. I was like, oh, I need to learn, and then I watched like 4. I was like, not any closer to learning, so I started just going straight through it. I mean, I get it. Help this guy kill that captain. Cool. Got it.
Cool. Going.
Got
All
it.
right.
That's
let's go.
Sauron? Cool.
Do I need a reason? Nope.
Yeah. Did you fight the Nazgul? The ring bearers?
I don't know. Did I?
The ghost guys, they attack you in the chapel. And there's like 7 of them. You didn't then.
Nope. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Nazgul. That's cool.
Like it is a fucking Wednesday of a hump day to get over the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But it more than makes up for it at a very specific point. You basically take over an orc for the first time, and he's fucking hilarious.
That's cool.
It adds this whole new like dimension to the game, and then now you're recruiting orcs for your army, and so now instead of hunting captains, you're looking for high level captains so that you can recruit them for your army.
Oh, nice.
So it turns into like you have to wait because you can spot the other captains and stuff.
Yeah.
So now you do have to wait. You do have to jump over things and stealth execute and defeat him, but you have to break their spirit before you can do it. So the game changes drastically after that point.
Interesting.
Drastic.
So I should just skip it all.
If you could, like that. That's why I started just beelining. I was like, all right,
But
next,
they were
next.
like, oh, here's how you get more gear.
Yeah, and here's
shit.
how you
I'm
get
like,
more
oh,
artifacts.
Ooh, all right, let's do that.
But what
Okay.
they don't explain to you is that you can upgrade your gear. You can upgrade it with the money, so you can have your level 1 sword, and if you keep that to level 18, it'll cost you 400 coins, which isn't a lot, to upgrade your current sword from level 1 to your current level.
Right.
So really what you're looking for in gear is the effect items.
Yeah.
And even those, though, are very prevalent throughout.
Like the little gem things that
Yeah.
you put in. Yeah.
Like you don't have to seek new equipment. Like you don't have to go out and
You'll just
find
come
it.
across it.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're hardcore, probably.
I guess. There are some cool things, but it's such a Batman-esque like boom 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 counter, boom 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 counter. Like
Yeah.
you almost don't need the buffs.
Yeah.
But it
makes it easier.
it hasn't so far for me.
Oh.
It's
So
a
you
lot-
don't notice that 10% extra damage on your
No,
weapon?
or the crits either.
Oh.
Like I in fact I have a lot of base non-buffed weapons with the gems instead. Like I'll stack those differently, and that has given me a noticeable gameplay difference more than the legendary items. But the legendary items now give you tasks to do, like
Oh, yeah, like new challenges to make
Yeah.
it better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a different thing.
Right.
But I
You know what mechanic I do like?
What?
Is running, sliding, and shooting the bow.
oh
That's pretty fucking
did you
dope.
get the jump and shoot?
I don't know.
Oh,
Apparently
dude,
not.
you fucking swan dive off a thing. You freeze in the air like the slide, and you
Oh.
can poof.
Oh.
Dope.
Yeah, dude, that shit. Their mechanics with their bow is really good.
Yeah, I really like it. I like that it's you get like 8 arrows. You know, you get
Yeah.
very few,
Yeah.
and
You
you're
have
like,
to
oh, I'm
reflect 'em.
overpowered. Oh, I ran out.
Yeah. And what was that? Oh, what else was I gonna say?
Yep.
Something about the bow. Oh, it's weird how you can only like focus for so long. Like I
Mhm.
can't just like I don't want to charge this. I just want to like get rid of one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you can't even do that when your whatever focus is low. And that's odd.
It reloads quicker, especially when you start stacking buffs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think, anyone that's got PlayStation and has it for free, download the game. I do recommend it, but I think what's happening is that the first, beginning, I'll say the prologue is before
I
the
have
beginning.
no idea.
But the beginning of it is what I would imagine to be how the first game played.
Okay.
And then they're like, now that you remember,
okay.
here's the changes that we made.
Right.
Because it does take a tonal shift, and it's like, oh, okay. Yes, there's a lot to do, but it makes sense now.
Right.
It's less tedious. So
That's good because that's where they came to mind when I first played it. I was like, this is tedious.
Mm-hmm. So it's cool. It's cool that you have orc bosses, you have captain bosses, and then you have like world bosses.
Epic bosses.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I just don't have the time.
Dude, I
put
killed
in.
one epic captain. And then a little while later, he just showed back up, and it was like he cheated death. I'm like, fuck you.
Undead.
He fucking succeeded on his death saves, huh? That's such bullshit, dude.
It's cool, though, when they come back and they talk shit to you.
Yeah.
Like, you tried to kill me, talk.
Have you seen the Bard?
Yes.
Moog the Bard.
Yes.
He's so funny. He sings to you while he's fighting you. It's so funny.
There's a poison guy who he killed me twice and was just by the second time talking so much shit, dude. Just like, you can never defeat me just like last time. Like, whoa, dude.
Talk.
Yeah. Too many names for everyone.
Yeah.
A little rude, you know? It's like, hey, white.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh, dude. Do you want me to fucking kill you right now?
Kill the Gondorian. Yo, hard R, bro.
Yeah.
Hard R. Stop it.
Gondarian.
Gondarian. But I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I recommend you trudge through the next 45 minutes of gameplay.
I want to push through the story.
Yeah. Because it's fun. It's so funny. He's so funny. And, when you take over the fort, I audibly went, this is so fucking cool.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Do we know next month's games yet?
No, it's too early.
Fucking A. All right. But it's like next week is fucking Thanksgiving, bro.
I know. They'll announce it like next Tuesday.
All right.
Something like that. Tuesday or Wednesday.
Cool. What's your things? Holler at them. Your socials on the soch, bro.
At @the_Slim Henderson on Instagram. @ Slim Henderson on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on YouTube too, but there's not that much stuff there.
@Belch.org. I'm at the George F. We are at the Buddy System Co. on IG. For everything Buddy System related, go to www.thebuddysystem.co for everything. Like I said. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.